Raider Nation, things are getting wild in Las Vegas, and today's talk is loaded. There's a head-to-head showdown right in the heart of Arrowhead that could change everything. A key offensive line piece under the spotlight, rookie Ashton Jeanty with a chance to break out, trade rumors heating up, and a defense that's silencing every critic. And the last one, buckle up, it's explosive. But before we dive into every detail of this breakdown, real quick, hit that subscribe button. Seriously, it's free, and it helps keep this Raider Nation voice alive. Drop a like, too, because that's how YouTube pushes this talk out to even more silver and black fans. And leave your take in the comments. This space belongs to everyone who bleeds Raiders football. Let's start with the matchup that could decide the whole game against the Kansas City Chiefs. No exaggeration, it's right in the trenches where center Meredith will go one-on-one with the beast, Chris Jones. The guy's been turning heads since training camp, taking over a role many thought would belong to Powers Johnson. Since then, the middle of the Raiders' O-line has been a hot topic. To be fair, Meredith's play has been trending up. In the win over the Titans, he held his own against Jeffrey Simmons, and that's no easy task. Pete Carroll even pointed it out afterwards, saying Meredith's been steady week after week, even when he's up against huge, powerful guys. And honestly, for a player in that position, getting that kind of praise from Carroll says a lot. But now the challenge gets even tougher, because Chris Jones is waiting on the other side, one of the most dominant forces in the league. Offensive coordinator Chip Kelly joked that you can slide protection toward a defensive end, but when the danger's right in the middle, that's a whole different battle. And he's right. Jones can wreck any offensive rhythm if he breaks through the pocket. To be straight with you, this is the kind of test that separates good teams from real contenders. Meredith can't flinch for even half a second, because Mahomes doesn't need much to flip the script. Carroll knows that. That's why the plan is all about unity. The line has to move as one, close every gap, and stay precise in every snap. If Meredith holds firm, the Raiders' offense has a real shot to find its rhythm. And it's not just about technique, it's mindset. Carroll wants that group to play with belief. The same energy they showed against Tennessee. Just win, baby, and that's the spirit they've got to bring into Arrowhead. The war is in the trenches, and every inch will matter. This is the kind of insight you only get here. That Meredith-Jones duel could decide who walks out of Arrowhead smiling. Drop a comment. Do you trust this O-line to hold up? Stay tuned, because next up we're talking about the rookie who might light this offense on fire, and he could change everything. Now, let's talk about the guy who could be the X-factor against the Chiefs. Rookie Ashton Jeanty. The kid's got it, but the line's got to give him room to show it. And honestly, this could be the key to stealing a win at Arrowhead. The best way to slow down Mahomes is simple. Keep him on the sideline. That means running the ball, eating clock, and setting the tempo. That's where Jeanty comes in. The issue? The run game has been inconsistent. Some weeks the kid looks unstoppable, like against the Bears, and others the lanes just aren't there. Still, Carroll's focused on patience. They're building around Jeanty's talent long-term. And look, even Pro Football Focus spotlighted it. They showed that the Raiders' outside zone run scheme could cause real problems for Kansas City's defense. Vegas has used that concept on nearly half of its runs in recent weeks, and the Chiefs rank near the bottom of the league defending it. There's opportunity here. The formula's simple. Get Jeanty moving, stretch the field, use his burst to pick up yards before contact. To be real with you, that's how the Raiders' offense needs to roll. Smooth, confident, balanced. Carroll and Chip Kelly know the rookie's still learning, but the ceiling's sky high, and when Jeanty speaks, you can feel the maturity, and he talks about balance, rhythm, and how the run game sets up play action. That's leadership beyond his years. For Raider Nation, that's exciting to see, but it all comes down to execution. If the line plays sharp like last week and Meredith locks down the middle, Jeanty will have room to work, and when that happens, defenses get tired fast. When the Raiders run with rhythm, the whole team feeds off it. The crowd feels it, the sideline fires up, the energy shifts. This is the kind of game that separates guys who just wear the jersey from the ones who live the silver and black. And here's the thing, and this matchup might come down to how many times Jeanty hits the ground running and moves those chains. Comment below, can the rookie shine under pressure? Because up next, we're talking about Mahomes himself, and stopping number 15 takes something special. Here comes the nightmare for every defense, Patrick Mahomes. The guy's a double threat. He'll carve you up through the air and burn you with his legs when everything's covered. And this year, he's running more than ever. According to Pro Football Focus, Mahomes leads the league in scrambles against zone coverage. And guess what? The Raiders run zone on most of their snaps. Translation, danger. Defensive coordinator Patrick Graham talked about it this week. All respect for Mahomes, but zero fear. He was crystal clear. You can't beat Mahomes by just coming off the edge. You've got to collapse the pocket straight up the middle. That's his comfort zone. Give him that space and he'll step up, extend plays, and pick your defense apart. Graham even brought up Peyton Manning and Tom Brady to show how vital it is to make elite quarterbacks feel heat right in their face. That's the point. This game will be decided by whether Vegas can control the interior. The good news? That group's improving every week. Better rotation, tighter communication, more chemistry. Still, against Mahomes, one mistake can break the whole plan. To be honest, this defense needs discipline and patience. No biting fakes, no overcommitting. Stay in your lanes. Make him hesitate. Tough? Absolutely. Impossible? Never. Raider Nation's seen this team frustrate elite QBs before. Graham said it best. It's not just the 11 on the field, it's everyone, even the guys on the bench helping with what they see. That's a total unit mentality. Every adjustment matters. Every snap counts. If they can collapse that middle, Mahomes will start thinking twice before taking off, and that's how you win the mental war. Here's your fans' take. The goal isn't just to sack Mahomes, it's to make him uncomfortable. When that happens, everything changes. Drop your thoughts below. Do you believe in Graham's game plan? Because next up, we're stepping off the field and into the front office where things could get real interesting. Now, hold up. This one's wild. A potential trade rumor that could shake the entire Raiders locker room. Sitting at 2 and 4, Carroll and SpyTech are evaluating everything. If they decide this roster isn't ready to make a deep run, moves could be coming. The name floating around? Myers. According to ESPN's Bill Barnwell, there's a proposal that would send the wide receiver to New York along with a 2026 fourth-round pick and some cash considerations. In return, Vegas would get cornerback Deonte Banks and a fifth-round pick. Now that's intriguing. Banks is young, athletic, and exactly the kind of corner Carroll loves. Long, physical, high ceiling, but for it to work, Vegas would have to eat part of Myers' contract and open a spot for second-round rookie Jack Beck. Bold? Absolutely, but it tracks if the Raiders want to speed up their rebuild. To be straight with you, I get it. Myers started hot with that big game against the Patriots, but his production's dropped off hard since. The numbers aren't there, and it feels like he's not fully meshing with Carroll's system. And if those reports are true that he asked for a trade back in camp, it might just be a matter of time. Here's the classic dilemma. Keep a steady vet or make room for youth and cap flexibility. That decision shapes the rest of the season. Carroll wants to win now, but SpyTech's got to think long term. And Raider Nation has always respected gutsy calls, even unpopular ones, as long as they're made with purpose. Because when there's a vision, the fans get it. Here's your fan insight. Sometimes the best move is knowing when to move on. If that trade goes through, it could mark the start of a new defensive era. Banks fits Carroll's mold perfectly, and that could reset this defense's tone. Drop your take below. Would you make that deal or keep the vet through the season? Because next, we're talking about what's been the true backbone of this team lately, the defense. And yeah, they've earned the respect. Let's close it out by talking about the side of the ball that's been carrying the pride of the silver and black, the defense. While the offense keeps searching for rhythm, this unit's been the backbone. And one name that keeps climbing week after week is Jonah Laulu. The guy's becoming one of those hidden gems that define seasons. Patrick Graham spoke about him before Thursday's practice, and the respect was obvious. He said Laulu showed up quiet but hungry to prove himself, and he has. He came through the local pro day, caught attention, got drafted by the Colts, and eventually landed in Vegas, a move that's looking smarter by the day. Since then, he's carved out a big role inside that D-line rotation. The technical growth is clear. Low pad level, active hands, quick read off the snap. Graham pointed it out. Laulu's got all the traits. Work ethic, athleticism, and focus. The kind of player who grows quietly and then shows up when it matters. And that's exactly what Raiders fans love. Grit. This defense plays with unity and effort, and Carroll preaches it constantly. It's not just talent, it's mentality. This group's buying in. The line's tighter, the front's smarter, and the linebackers are reacting faster. The result? A defense that might bend but doesn't break. Honestly, it's been fun to watch, because this is the kind of foundation that sparks real change. If Laulu keeps trending up, he could become a core piece in Graham's system. And truthfully, he's already one of the most pleasant surprises of the season. The defense still has holes, sure, but the identity's clear. Intensity, communication, and heart. Here's your fan insight. When the defense holds strong, the whole team breathes easier. Raider Nation feels that energy, and that's why, through the highs and lows, hope stays alive. This group may not be perfect, but they fight. And when this defense is rolling, you can feel the whole stadium pulsing with them. Drop your thoughts. Are you seeing the same progress? Because what comes next carries a message that cuts right to the heart of what this team stands for. In the end, every one of these stories shows what it means to be a Raider. Resilience, passion, and that stubborn belief when nobody else believes. The battle in the trenches, the rookies' rise, the plan to slow down Mahomes, the trade buzz, and the defense's resurgence, it's all part of the same heartbeat. The silver and black never back down, and that's what keeps this fan base alive. Drop your thoughts. This space belongs to everyone who lives the Raider Nation, because next time there's more coming, and with the Raiders there's always something new.